When we choose to move away from drama, we seem to have moved away from feeling the creativity of aliveness. We also have a great deal of difficulty bringing our dreams and inspirations into 3D reality. We can talk for hours about the amazing ideas we have, but when it comes to actually manifesting them, we come to a screeching halt and their potential is never realized. What's going on here and how do we change it?
Yeah. It's this sense, we talked a little bit about it on Sunday, or maybe a lot, we don't remember, but this sense of apathy as the survival instinct. The survival instinct showing itself as apathy. The survival instinct, a lot of light workers are like, I don't care if I stick around or go. I'm so over it, you know. It's just, really, you talk about the survival instinct, I don't get it. We hear that pretty regularly. It's like, yeah, well, the survival instinct isn't showing up in you that way. You start to take away fear, and fear of death or fear of disaster or fear of it all going wrong is less. And some people then say, oh, well, I'm out of fear. It's like, yeah, okay. But you've had 5 good ideas for projects that you were passionate about for 25 minutes, and now you're sitting on the couch and you don't want to do a damn thing. So what we're realizing is that in a lot of people, apathy is the new fear. That sense of, oh, well, that was fun for a while, but, and basically what happens is I'm not going to change, which of course is the survival instinct. The survival instinct isn't fear of death. That's included. It's fear of change. There's for your death. When you get down to survival instinct, yeah. Survival instinct isn't fear of death. The survival instinct is fear of change, which is very closely associated with death. But it's not only fear of being dead. It's fear of, if I change, then shit is going to happen. And can I handle what happens? And we've tried to help you guys with the idea that as you change and you take the, what is the date? 24th of November, 2010, somewhere around 8:30 version of you, you can handle a different amount of stuff than you ever could handle before. But your tendency is to bring the past here instead of allowing the present to be your experience. And as you bring the past in, you couldn't handle this stuff in the past. That's why it never happened in the past. So the past you says, handle me, or I'll handle it. And you're going, we can't. Instead of allowing now to be how you handle the moment. And that's really one of the ways out of apathy, because by saying, I'm going to address this from the now me, I'm going to let the now me have this experience, instead of having the past me have this experience. So Randy, we're going to pick on you a little. Are you ready?
I am.
It's good picking though.
Do I need to go to the mic?
If you want, we're not sure.
Okay.
You can go if you need to. So the example is that Randy, of course, has this new project, organicbeekeeping101.com.
Thank you.
Little plug. Yes, that will be on the recording forever. Organic Beekeeping 101. So you got this DVD now. You're Miss Beekeeper, and it would be real easy for you to have said, oh, maybe I don't know enough, or I haven't been taking care of bees long enough, or I'm an expert, but I'm not that much of an expert, or oh my God, I'm putting myself out in the world as an expert, and people might not agree with what I say, and all of those things, which we imagine some or all of those things went into your mind at one point or another. She nods yes. All of those things, and probably, 75,000 more, were there. And the tendency is to say, I can't stick my neck out. I can't stick my neck out. And I can't stick my neck out because change is dangerous. And that's the survival instinct. That's the apathy thing. It's safer to not change. It's safer to not try. It'll probably fail anyway. And then there's the success thing. We've said before, the definition of success will screw you up. Because when you start to define success as a concluded state, when you're an ever-changing, ever-evolving being, you may as well just chop yourself off at the knees and crawl around on your belly for the rest of your life. That's part of the problem, is there is a definition of success that is a stagnant idea in an ever-changing, ever-evolving life. And the idea is, I have this concept, but will it succeed? And you're caught up in the future idea of success that you're seeing as a stagnant idea, and you're basically looking for certainty. And we've talked about that a million times. Like, certainty is such a fallacy. So that means success is a fallacy. If you have defined success as a certain benchmark. And that's really why everybody in the rest of the chakras tonight have been talking about the idea that the completeness of you, experiencing the completeness of you, evolving, is the only version of success that's really something that we think you should strive for. And the ways that you go about experiencing the completeness of you evolving, through work, through play, through love and relationships, through buying a new car, whatever, those are all just grist for the mill. That's just all grist for the mill. It's not the end result. And sometimes, especially when it involves money, or in your case, like sales statistics, quantifiable things, it's easy to lose sight of that idea of success being numbers rather than experience. Rather than it being the grist for the mill, it's an outcome that must occur. And you do yourself a great disservice if you lose sight of that, because there's so much more going on. So express yourselves and allow this self-expression without this preconceived notion of what makes it, quote, worth it to have pursued. Because you never know what the in-between is going to give you. And you have a saying for this. Life is a journey, not a destination. So this is part of your culture. That the idea, but the doing it isn't part of your culture. Right? It's one of those things. Life is a journey, not a destination. Yeah, right. Are you successful or not? That's how it goes. So this is a great kindness you can do for yourself. We talk to you guys a lot about this because most of you are entrepreneurs in one way or five, right? You're an entrepreneurial species, those of you that come to spend time with us. Very, very common for you guys to have projects. Even if you have jobs, you also have projects. You have side projects, right? You don't typically just go to a job, come home, and watch TV. There's something else. You've got this creativity, this fifth chakra bubbling up in you in various different ways. Following that bubbling up without attaching the idea of success to it is very healthy fifth chakra work. Following that and attaching a preconceived notion of what success is a very, very good way to close down your connection to your soul's perspective. Because you're basically saying, I only want one outcome. 50,000 units sold. That's the only outcome I want. It's like, oh, really? Huh. What about the other stuff? You can say, I'd like to have 50,000 units sold and soul's perspective fill in the and. But saying, I want 50,000 units sold or this was a failure, okay?